I'd be home by 9. Hell, I tell her that most of the time. Whoa, baby, don't know, won't hurt her too much. Oh, I'll tell her where, but I won't say what. Oh, now I'm dancing, oh, I'm dancing. I'm dancing with the devil. Oh, now I'm dancing, oh, I'm dancing.
Got some 2x4 runners up, permanently in place. Believe it or not, that took me the better part of one full day. It's been a frustrating, long, arduous process. Up the ladder, down the ladder, up the ladder again, drop something, come back down the ladder, move the ladder, measure. It's been a process, but I think I've got everything where I want it. I decided to go with 24-inch centers. I hope that works. I had originally planned on doing 16-inch centers, but I got to thinking that's an awful lot of weight. And I'm pretty sure that since I'm using 2x4s, that would be plenty enough support for the thin plywood that I'm gonna put up there. And if it's a little wavy, that's okay, because what's gonna draw people's attention, hopefully, is the beautiful scenic railroad that lies beneath it. So, I'm getting ready to start working towards this end of the room. And hopefully, before the end of the day, I'll have 2x4s up everywhere. Just a quick in progress. I've extended the first 3 2x4s down to the other end of the room. I haven't gotten it connected yet to the wall, because that's going to be another long process. I'm just going to do that all at once. But I've got that runner, this one, and that one. So I'm going to continue working on that. And hopefully I'll be finished with this little project before the end of the weekend. Cross my fingers. More in progress. I've got the main run complete up to what would be the south wall. I don't know if you can see, but right here, I'm not butt up against it. I just hope, my plan is to maybe run a chalk line. Oh, I'm doing a back bend. Across that, and hopefully find what is one straight line all the way down. It measures 21 1/4 there. And I have not, I'll have to admit, measured here to see if that's also 21 1/4 or something that at least falls within the width of that 2x4. And that is also my plan over here. You know, the first 48 inches, snap a chalk line across that, run a 2x4s there, and then make that my starting point. And I'll probably make it maybe a little more than 48 inches. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about that just a minute, you know, before I actually go to doing it. Because to be honest, I have no idea how I'm gonna get the sheeting material up there by myself. Without maybe renting some scaffolding. I guess that's always an option, but I don't think I can get it all done in one weekend or 1 week, and I hate to rent something that I'm not currently making use of. But I'm gonna get started on this end here. connecting what I've got left, and we'll see what happens from there. That, my friends, is what we call a brown recluse. I'm glad he didn't get me. All right, I've buttoned up the south end of the shop. Lots of progress, all in all. And I was pleasantly surprised that when I measured from this corner over here, my 48 inches ended up being within a 1/4 inch of correct from where I measured everywhere else. I know I've probably mentioned it multiple times, but see if I can show this. Stand by. Kind of hard to see, but you know, it's a long way from being plumb. That's what the contractors did. And you know, when I built my framing, I put everything right up against the base. I figured that's probably, if they were going to be accurate, that's probably where they were going to be accurate at. And then of course that was off by quite a little bit. And then I apologize. And then I framed everything, you know, to where it would be a little bit more level. And what that ended up with was a gap up there. You know, there's probably a 2.5, 3-inch gap from the metal to my wood up there, so that my wood framing was actually plumb. So lots of discrepancy in the metal, but I think I've done a good job of keeping all the wood fairly plumb within the constraints of the building. So hopefully when I run my chalk line here, and then I will also run one on the next to last right there, so that any discrepancy will fall on that 2x4. Last thing to do with the framing is I got to figure out exactly what I'm going to do here. These poles that come across, they're, you know, approximately 58 inches. None of them are the same length, but they're about 58 inches. So one sheet of plywood's not going to fit up there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run a 2x4 here, butt up against this one, and then one on this side, and then one down the center. And that'll leave me with about 1.5 inch difference in that particular area. And then I can butt up a 1x4 when it's all said and done, kind of rip a 1x4 to where it'll be 1.5 inches tall and fit right up in there and hopefully look fairly neat. But as of right now, I'm out of material. So it's kind of late Saturday afternoon. I'm not going to go to town and buy 2x4s because by the time I got back, I wouldn't do anything anyway. Me and the wife, we're planning on maybe going to a drive-in movie. There's a little town to the southwest of us that has a drive-in, and I figured that'd be a good thing to do if they're open, because, you know, it'd just be the two of us in the car, more than 6 feet away from any group of people. last night we went to a different town, and everybody in town was dragging Maine. It was really weird. It was awesome. Every hot rod in town was out. I don't know if it was just a reaction to what's going on in the world today, and people looking for a reason just to let go and do the things that we used to do when we were in high school. I put on some 80s music. It was a little too cold to roll down the windows, but it was a lot of fun. It really brought back a lot of good memories. So I think we may go to a drive-in tonight. But that's what I've got finished today and this weekend. Lots of progress.
Now I'm dancing, oh, I'm dancing.